Welcome back to another follow-along video, and in this one I'm going to teach you how to release tension and stress that can sometimes get lodged in the body and the nervous system through a very simple yet sort of counterintuitive exercise called progressive muscle relaxation. Sometimes the reason I say this is counterintuitive is because when we have tension, when we have stress or tension in the muscles, the first thing that comes to mind is I want to release this tension, right? I want to let it go. And we'll get to that, but sometimes it can be really hard to simply start where we are and release that tension. The idea behind this exercise is that neurologists found several decades ago that when we actually create a little bit more tension, we create extra tension in the system, and then we consciously let it go, then it becomes easier to release all of that tension, or a good deal more than we would be able to release if we just started by trying to simply say, relax our muscles. I like to take sort of a top to bottom approach here. That's to say, I'll start with little muscle groups like maybe just my fists, work my way through the arms, shoulders and chest, torso, and then legs. And I'll do a little bit of talking you through it as we do it together, but this is something that you can actually follow along with. So let's start with both of our hands. Raise up both your hands to about shoulder level. Just curl your fingers into a fist. Make a tight fist and just squeeze a little bit harder for 3, 2, 1, and let it go and shake your hands out. Okay, and you can let out a little bit of a sigh as well. We'll do that one more time with the hands. So curl your fingers up into a fist. Make a fist, squeeze. This time include your shoulders and your chest. Squeeze everything together and shake it out. Okay. Once more now, this time really consciously involve not just the fists, but also your whole arms, your shoulders, your chest, and a little bit of your torso or your stomach as well. So we're going to basically squeeze everything in the upper body here. And ready? Start that tension increasing for 3, 2, 1, and take a few breaths. Let it out. Excellent. Now, whether you're seated here or you're standing, we're going to start to do the same thing this time with the lower body. First and foremost, squeezing and curling your toes into the ground. So imagine that you're sort of trying to use the bottoms of your feet to grip the ground, right? Do that for just a second or 2, 3, and let it go. You can give it a little bounce here and shake your legs out as well. Okay, we'll do that once more, this time including the legs in that tension. And one way that makes it easy to do that is first, again, you start with using your toes, curling your toes up like you're trying to grip the ground, and then start drawing your feet together. So imagine that you're trying to sort of crinkle up the ground between your feet. You're like squeezing that ground together. This will activate a lot of the large muscles in the quads, as well as the calves and hamstrings. So just create that tension. Start with the toes, squeeze the ground together for 3, 2, 1, and shake it out with a little bit of a bounce. All right. Lastly, we're going to combine those two, the upper body with the lower body, and we're going to do the whole thing at the same time. So basically here what we're doing is we're tensing up the entire body, creating an increasing amount of tension just for 3 seconds. And when we get to that 3rd second right afterwards, we're going to release. And here's where you can move around, you can shake it out. We'll do this twice, and let's get right into it. So full body, starting with the fists, the feet, squeeze the legs, squeeze the biceps, squeeze the shoulders together for 3, 2, 1, and release it with a full body bounce. Last time, make those fists squeeze together. 3, 2, and 1. And shake it out with a little bit of bounce. All right, how do you feel?